Alright, so, this is going to be a reading that's going to be for the millennials that are in the entertainment industry. Uh, I'll just leave that there because, I mean, you know who they are. So I don't even have to go into it. Um, there's a light and dark side to everything. I'm on the lighter side of things, so I'm just going to say what's light. Um, there are a few people who have tapped into different parts of themselves in order to heal, and it's brought them into this quantum leap, if you want to call it that. It's more of like a realization or a series of epiphanies that causes people to heal or reconsider or rethink things. Either based on their environment, what someone says, what they consume, what have you. Um, there's a lot of feminine energy, but I would say it's both female and male. He, she, theys. It's just the energy is feminine, meaning that there's a little bit more detail in thought and more presence and emotion right now. Distraction is in reverse, meaning they're not being distracted by anything in the form of politics or anything that's unnecessary. They're mostly getting real about what's going on with them and with everyone around them, or how they feel about everything around them. Um, which is a renewal of unconscious beliefs of just, being yourself and transforming your own life. People are going through transformations right now, light and dark. But on the lighter side of things, it's in the right direction. Um, right now, everyone is using vibrations, which is just vibes, um, words, mirrors. They're showcasing how authentic they can be on camera, basically. Which is, I think, the ultimate influence that someone has been trying to get everyone to realize for a very long time. But I think even this particular person that I have in mind, even they couldn't really figure out why no one could really understand what they were going through. It was all like a mental thing. Everyone has said yes to a lot of things. But I think they're finally saying no. Which brings us to the self liberation and uncaged. I mean, you have the key, you're free to go whenever. For people who are of a high status, they don't feel like they have a key sometimes because they're obligated to do things for the millions of people and followers that they have. As if, I guess it's a life saving thing. In some cases, it is when it's personal and one on one. But for large groups, doing things that are kind of like meaningless is not the way to go right now. And I think everyone's just trying to figure out how can I be as personable as possible. That's why there's a lot of podcasts out. I wanted to clarify all of this um, with another card. Before I do that, I want to address these two: the lady in red, and then depths, which is emotion. Uh, the lady in red is sensuality. So It's in reverse, which makes me think this is representation of self-love involving your own personal emotions, or you're putting out that love from an emotional place. Well, what kind of love is it? Is the question. Because I could say I love something, but it can be like something typical. But on a deeper level, I wonder what it is. So the card that came out in reverse is faith. There's a lot of faith being put out. Everyone's referencing God and what He has done for people. Everyone is confused at who Jesus actually was or is, or if He was even a person. um, we may never know what the actual truth is. However, what I can say is that we're looking at it from a completely different perspective. It's kind of unfair to think that one person went through all these trials and tribulations, ended up dying essentially, and then disappeared. But everyone relied on this man, if he was a man. Yeah, so by that channel right there, people are questioning their true faith, but they know the true originator or creator of their belief system. And every person, whether you're famous or not, you have your own personal belief system. Um, but people are sharing more of their faith, seems like. Okay. I believe that Jesus was a person and he did die and stuff. Um, it's just who they made him out to be was changed over time so many times that now no one truly knows. But what I know is um, we have a consciousness that is of Christ or Jesus, which is just to do the right thing, or at least to just try your best every day to do the right thing, and power through whatever obstacles people throw at you, because you're resilient, and that's basically it from my perspective in a nutshell. Without actually, giving like an hour sermon, that's it. That's what I think. I can clarify, but I don't really think there's a need to, because everyone has their own thought process. Um, if they say that someone's gonna come back, it's most likely gonna be a metaphor. A metaphor for a conscious belief to rewrite the story again. We're being called to rewrite the story again, um, but from an accurate perspective. not even an accurate perspective, because perspective isn't on here. That's one of the cards. I think from an accurate heart posture. Yeah. So your emotions have to be aligned with your faith and things like that. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Uh, 10 minutes. Yeah, my readings aren't really that long, are they? Not like an hour, because I don't really have stories like that. I just kind of tell you what you need to know, and that's it. Um, I'm just gonna get some clarifying cards. That way, we can see where it's going. I think I'm gonna pull different cards to see where the love is going. Now that we know where the faith is. Okay, there's Queen of Hearts and then there's Ten of Diamonds. So basically, they rich. And there's a Queen of Hearts, which means there's a lot of queens in this arena, male or female. They have a lot of heart. They can cry at an instant. They try not to, though. They probably cry in the shower or something. But that's okay, because you have to let it out. I mean, normal people, or I don't even know what to call us. We're all just people at the end of the day. But if you're talking about in the entertainment industry, yeah. There's a lot of queens out there with a lot of heart. And their heart needs to be guarded. And so does their money. Their money needs to be guarded too. So protect the queens of the celebrity entertainment industry. Protect them. They are not trophies. They are actually very essential to how everything flows in the industry. Because they see things that the king mindset doesn't. Yeah. And that's from like a positional standpoint when it comes to the entertainment industry. This is also general as well, so I don't want it to be taken out of context. So yeah, I mean, I said a lot, but it's very like I'm not in their personal business, you know. I'm just looking at it from the outside in, as if it was a window with some stains on it, you know. I'm not trying to know everything, because people have privacy. So I'm gonna just do this again and see where the love is now that we know where the faith is. Let's do 6 to make it even. This is interesting. Okay. I'm gonna have to clarify right off the bat with this one. Those there. Okay, so this is for love. There's unseen support. This is for something specific. If you're single and you're in the entertainment industry, this is for you. If somewhere along the way I see couples, I'll let you know, but I don't right now. Okay, I'm channeling. So, there's a fertile void. That means that you have something inside of you, which is love, that's fertile, and you have probably only yourself to give it to, and probably family and friends, and you're wondering where that romantic love is. Um, but you're feeling your way through it because you're doing your shadow work and it's showing. You've been unmasked for a while. You're not wearing a mask. You've never worn a mask, actually. Who is this? You've never worn a mask. If you have worn a mask, it's during business meetings. It's what you show to other people, but to yourself, you're unmasked all the time. To your friends, anyone who is a colleague who has known you for like 5+ years, who still respect you and are cool with you and are loyal, yeah, you're comfortable around them, and you have that unseen support, like your fans and everything. So you're never truly alone, but you have this void. Okay. Watered down, returning to potency is in the reverse. You're not watered down. Your potency is very high, and you put it out even in your sleep. If you have problems sleeping, that's probably because you're receiving a lot. Because your energy is pure. Towards yourself, too. No, actually, it's not. Your energy needs to be more pure when it comes to your shadow because you don't like your shadow. But you're living in your shadow because you have to work on it. Because it's the void that you have to feel your way through. But you're unmasked, so you're vulnerable. That's 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 someone specific. That's someone who probably hasn't dated in a while, and if they haven't dated in a while, it's because their schedule is all over the place. Lead is in the reverse. Wave shower of a new paradigm. One minute. Ironically, it's on page 69. Someone's weird about sexual things. So, okay. So you're waiting for someone else to pave the way for you to lead. Okay, let me put this down. Hold on. So you're waiting for someone to lead the way to them. Let's clarify that one more time. So you as a person want your person that you probably have not met. And if you have, you probably aren't in contact like that. But you want them to lead themselves to you. In order for them to do that, they're going to have to probably work almost twice as hard in order to get there to where you're at. Because where I see you're at, you have a lot of respect from people who are on your level. But when it comes to the disrespect that you get is from people who are not on your level. You found a way to avoid people that you don't like. Not all people, but most people. of your caliber. But now that you're in this phase of like self love and you want to receive love too, you don't know how to open yourself up to people who are not well known to the point where you can do research. You're scared of the unknown because someone who is meant to be with you is made special for you. So rather you going to find them, you rather them find you. Ace of Diamonds. To me, that reads as like the beginning, back to the beginning, or something like that. Six of Hearts. Together that makes a 7, so I mean it might be your lucky year. 6 hearts. You might be from somewhere where 6 is included. I have 3 diamonds in my hand. You don't know what you truly want because you don't know what your partner will want. So it's hard for you to make a decision. You're indecisive. This would be a pain in the butt to me. Because I can only imagine that other person, like, let's just say they're not even of your caliber, like, in the entertainment industry. And they're probably, like, just starting out or something like that. But they're very mature for their age. Meaning, like, they were probably a working class citizen. Like, in a bank or, I don't know, something random, like a boutique shop. They probably... If you ever watched the show The Nanny, it's that type of situation. He basically married his help. We're not gonna say that here, but I mean, you get the point. In order for you to truly figure out if this person is actually for you, you're going to have to lead that person to lead themselves. Meaning, don't drop hints that are small. Do gestures that are big. Because whoever this is, they won't see it as being too much. Now, theatrics, when everything's all dramatic, maybe you might scare them a little bit. Confirmation with the horn outside. I don't know what you're afraid of. Are you afraid of getting hurt? Do you think there's no hope? Are you working on your wounds? Well, it's obvious that you're working on your wounds because you're doing shadow work. And you're trying to fill a void. What void are you filling? Love. Okay. Just gonna pick a random card to clarify this whole thing. Uncaged. It goes back to self-liberation. Uncage yourself. You're afraid of regular people. Maybe. Maybe not. You're not afraid of regular people. You're afraid of the intentions of people who are not vetted or checked by you or someone who is a part of a team. If they're not a part of a team and they're by themselves, you don't trust them. That's what that means. So you're not opening your heart because if someone doesn't have a team, then they're not trustworthy. If someone doesn't have a family that can vouch for them, you don't feel safe because you've healed wounds within your family. Now you're healing wounds within yourself in order to let a partner in. This is a very complicated situation. You need to simplify it. And it's not even complicated outwardly. It's complicated on the inside. This is weird, but it's normal weird, if that makes sense. Like, you are normal for thinking like this and feeling this way. It's just working yourself to a solution when it comes to your person. You're letting things naturally flow, but where's the flow going? The direction is kind of in the air. Are your thoughts, fantasies, and dreams aligned to this person? Probably to ask yourself that. Okay, well, that was the love part. Nothing coupley about that. Relationshipy. That was all single. You can be mad at me, it's okay. I'm just gonna do one more card to see where to go next with the next reading, and then I'll just keep track of it. Well, this is pleasant. Alright. Give yourself permission to let things go, end old cycles, and make sure that you're rooted within your own personal power so you're unshakable by anything that is going to help have you to grieve. Make sure you rejoice, let go, and give yourself permission to feel and, be okay, is what this means. So I hope that was able to help someone. I hope you got something out of it. I'm gonna just say that this one will probably, not even probably, I'm channeling, and this message is for the whole year. This message is going to go for the whole year unless your willpower changes, meaning like you take a personal decision that alters your timeline and then you jump into another one. That's the only way that anything can change. Otherwise, nothing is a coincidence. So, yeah. Have a beautiful day.